This podcast is produced by the Fireside Chat Club of Canada.
It was a lightly cloudy day on the 1st of September 1905 in Edmonton, Alberta. A misty rain made its way down to Earth, with the temperature averaging about 13 Celsius. Although a little bit dull, there was reason for celebration, because Alberta was about to become Canada's 8th province.
Hello, and welcome to Canada as I See It.
All right, class. This week on Canada as I See It, I'm beginning a series on Canada's provinces and territories, where they are and how they came to be. Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories. They didn't all become Canada at once. Our country began as 4 provinces on July 1st, 1867, and grew, expanding ever outward, much like a Canadian version of the Big Bang. Now, I'm not going to start at the beginning. That would be too easy. No, I'm going to do this alphabetically. So today, we begin with Alberta. Canada's 8th province was named after Princess Louise. Wait, I'm getting there. Patience. Princess Louise Caroline Alberta, the Duchess of Argyll and the 4th daughter of Queen Victoria. And, contrary to not-so-popular belief, she is not where Neil Diamond got the name for his song, Sweet Caroline. Actually, that song wasn't even written for Princess Caroline of Monaco, though that was what some people thought at the time. And here's a rug puller for you. It wasn't even written for Caroline Kennedy, although that would have been sweet. No, Neil actually admitted just over 10 years ago that the song Sweet Caroline was inspired by his then-wife, Marcia. It's always Marcia. Marcia. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, okay, Alberta. See? Way back when, in 1882, 3 years before Doc and Marty made it to the Wild West, the area where Alberta resides today was known as the Northwest Territories. In fact, most everything north and west of Ontario, Quebec, and Labrador was known as Northwest Territories. The specific area of Alberta was comprised of 2 districts within that territory, Athabasca and Alberta. You knew I'd get to it. There are also 46 First Nations in Alberta. Please check out the link at my website, warpole.ca, WHORPOLE.ca, and again, all of those links are on the left side of the screen once you get there, and you'll see a listing and a map where all of those regions are. Alberta sits in a very unique area of Canada. In the west, you have the Rocky Mountains and coniferous forests. In the north, you have a boreal forest, also known as snow forest, and also known as taiga, which is not someone from New England describing a large feline with orange and black stripes. Taiga. As you move further east, we get into the prairies, the heartland. And in the north of the province, they have the oil sands, which helps make Alberta the largest producer of crude oil and natural gas in Canada. Moving down toward Edmonton and then Calgary, we run into the agricultural part of our tour. Alberta has over 3 million head of cattle, which helps make them the largest supplier of Canadian beef at 43%. Then we have the crops. Wheat and canola are the main ones. Forestry is in there as well, helping provide over 15,000 jobs. And, as if that wasn't enough, Alberta is the leading beekeeping province in the country. Now, that's all the natural resources and geographic markers, but Canada is also known for supplying the world with celebrities, and this will become a regular thing when I'm talking about the provinces. I'll give you a list of who has come from there. Let's see. Well, we have musicians, professional athletes, and here's just a few who were born in the great province of Alberta. Of course, hockey. Hockey player Mark Messier, who did actually end up playing for the dynasty version of the Edmonton Oilers in the 1980s. We have singer Jan Arden. I love her concerts. We've been to a couple and definitely would suggest getting to one. We have Jillian Hennessy. You might know her as Jill Hennessy, and you may remember her from such television programs as Crossing Jordan and Law and Order. She actually has a twin sister who is also an actress and who also played a role in Law and Order. I guess it was one of those evil twin episodes. And her name is Jacqueline. We have Evangeline Lilly. She was born in Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta, and she acted in Lost, The Hobbit, and she was the Wasp in the Ant-Man movies. Let's see, another musical section, musical duo and twin sisters, Tegan and Sarah. Let's see, there's bottom of the list here, and here we go. We have a few others you might recognize. We have Michael J. Fox. He's from Alberta, although he did end up being based out of BC, so that's a bit of a trick there for some. Let's see, the rock group Loverboy was formed in Calgary in 1979. And again, most of its members are from BC, so as to why they formed in Calgary, well, I'm not sure. Let's see, country singer Paul Brandt was born in Calgary as well, although I don't know if he ever bumped into Loverboy. Let's see, that, it goes quickly, but that's Alberta. And that's the first of my look at Canada's provinces and territories. I'll be back in a few weeks with a deeper look at British Columbia, the next in line in the alphabetical geography list of Canada. If you do want to learn more about Alberta, check out the links at my site, warpole.ca. And if you would like to contribute to my efforts to help bring you more great stories about Canada, just look for the Buy Me a Coffee icon in the upper right corner of my site, again, warpole.ca, or the Podbean webpage. That's firesidechatd.podbean.com. I know the last couple of weeks I've been able to get out to a location to do a bit of a preview of what's coming up and what is on this week. Unfortunately, no, I can't get out to Alberta or BC. I might do one for Ontario because that's sort of where I'm based. Anyway, today's podcast was introduced by someone I've known for 39 years. Although if you do listen to this in the future, it will likely be longer than that because that's how time works. He's also a member of that famed 2 a.m. club. Andrew, thank you very much for your introduction. If you would like to introduce this podcast, please send me an audio recording of you saying, "This podcast is produced by the Fireside Chat Club of Canada." And you can email that to me at asiseeit@warpole.ca. That's WHORPOLE.ca. Canada, as I See It, is a production of the Fireside Chat Club of Canada. Our theme music that you heard at the beginning and that you're listening to right now is Night Owls by Braden Deal. You may have also noticed that there are a couple of extra sound effects in there today. I've been working on maybe doing that from time to time. I want to thank the people at Upbeat. I pick up some of my sound effects and musical stings and such from them. Join me next week as I take a look at Canadian beverages, both alcoholic and non. Thank you for listening, everyone. Have yourselves a wonderful week.